and welcome in to Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. I am your host, Carson Harrison, joined by my co-host, my good friend, Elijah Stacks. Stacks, how are we doing today?
Oh, we're good. How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. This morning I took a bit of a fall in the driveway, some ice. Thought I caught myself and then tumbled forward and cut my hand. Brutal, but
Ooh, that's tough.
It is tough, but we're here now. Episode 1 of Hot Takes with Carson and Stacks. This is a project that we have talked about for a while.
Yeah, I know. We freshman year, college, we were just on the same dorm together. We talked about doing a podcast about sports and
very intelligent folks when it comes to sports. And we just said we need to get our opinions out there.
Sure. But, we never did it for a long time. We kept talking about it. Never happened. I got to give credit to you, my friend. You really pushed me to do it, and here we are. I said yes, and here we are.
And here we go.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 of hopefully many. We'll see how it goes. We got some special guests coming to you guys soon. And
special is a very generous word for that, but we're going to have guests.
Yes, guests. And, it's just a great show. Weekly show. We're going to try to post every Wednesday for you guys.
Yes, sir.
You want to get going with some NFL playoff talk? What happened this weekend?
Let's do some introductions first real quick. Let's talk about who we are,
okay.
Sports teams.
Yes, okay.
So, go ahead and go first there, Carson.
Okay, well, I'm Carson Harrison, Jr., of course, 20. Wow, life's going by. Pittsburgh Steelers fan. They're letting me down lately. But
yeah,
it's a mess in
tough
Pittsburgh.
Team to like right now.
What's going on?
Antonio Brown, Mike Tomlin, a little beef there.
We will get to them later in the show.
Yes,
I have some choice words, but how about you, Stacks? Tell the nice people listening at home about yourself.
Yeah, hi, my name's Elijah. I am a Cowboys fan, diehard, as it turns out. NFL is my main, sport that I like to watch there. I don't really watch basketball too much, hockey a little bit here and there, but really it's just football for me. College football, I watch it for the championship game. Other than that, not really. It's mostly just NFL for me. So,
Roll Tide.
Sure.
They did not roll.
No, they did not. Wow, we'll talk about that later, too. Wow.
All right, so speaking of the Cowboys, your Cowboys, out of the playoffs, no more.
Yeah, that was a tough game to watch, I'm not going to lie. It was, I felt really confident going into that game, but just defense didn't show up, man. That's really all I got to say about it.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Not a great game for him, but to be fair to him, the defensive line, they were getting torn apart by that Rams O-line. So it was hard for the linebackers to remain unblocked and free to go make some plays. So, not a great game for the linebackers there. LBE, Jalen Smith, Sean Lee,
Are you encouraged by the season, though?
Oh, definitely encouraged by the season. We started out 3-5, hit the bye week, traded for Amari Cooper. That first Titans game.
Great trade, by the way.
A great trade, but that first Titans game, wow, I lost all hope there. But then, to win 8 out of 9 the last games, wow, the future is bright for this young Cowboys.
That's a tough Rams team, too. So
they're playing incredibly hot. Sean McVay is doing a great job.
And the in the grasp call.
Okay, so, that play, I'm not sure that would, radically change the outfit or the outcome of the game. You don't know what we're talking about. There was a play where the Cowboys were driving down the field against the Rams defense. And, they made some pressure on that pocket. And, it was kind of forcing Dak to scramble a little bit, uncomfortable. And one guy, came around over the top and, just basically touched him. And then the refs blew it dead and said that he was in the grasp of the defender. So that was
firmly grasping.
End of the play, which I completely disagree with. Terrible call.
The linebacker, his own offensive lineman, was hugging him, though. Maybe the ref was confused.
Maybe. Lyle Collins did have him held up. He kind of, twisted him to the side there. But even then, I just don't see how they could have called that. Terrible call. Like I said, even if they hadn't called that, he could have been sacked. He could have made a bad throw. Doesn't mean the game was going to be radically changed. But just, terrible officiating. I hate to see bad calls like that. It's one of my pet peeves when it comes to sports. It's just I want to see the refs do a good job. And when they don't do a good job, I want to see them get punished. To me, that's a call you cannot excuse.
What kind of punishment are we talking? Public executions?
No. Maybe a fine, or maybe if it becomes a routine problem, you get put on leave or something like that.
Should their pay be a part of the government shutdown to not let them get paid?
No, it shouldn't. But yeah, terrible call. And even though it wouldn't change the game, I don't think maybe it could have, maybe it couldn't have. But just terrible call. So I hate to see that.
Hate to see it. Well, Zeke had a great year, led the league in rushing.
He did, yes.
But, tough Rams team. And they will be going up against the New Orleans Saints, who defeated the Philadelphia Eagles.
But who got beat by the Cowboys.
Okay. Well, they're eliminated now.
That's true.
Well, the run of Nick Foles seems to have come to an end in Philadelphia. Probably his last game.
Sure.
They were up 14-0. Saints came back, beat them 20-14. Alshon Jeffrey.
Man, that's tough. Because he has great hands. Like, he's known for that. He's known for catching balls and not dropping many. But, just
him and Cody Parkey can go hang out for some lunch next week.
Yeah, that's a tough, because those are two tough fan bases to be, ridiculed by, especially Philly. Ooh, they're brutal.
And, the Giants fans really let them, even despite their 5-win season, letting them have it. Mockery.
I'm not sure where the Giants got this this notion they could be talking all this smack whenever they've been perennial, like 5-11 teams. Like, fix your own problems first, man, if we come talking this smack to us. And that's a hot take. Same to the Redskins fans, too, by the way. Fix your own problems.
Yes. Get in the playoffs first.
Yeah, but back to Alshon Jeffrey, just it's really unfortunate. Of course, I was pulling for the Saints to win that game because I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't want to see the Eagles get into that position to win the Super Bowl again. But, in high school, my coach told me, if two hands are on the ball, you got to catch it. So It's really inexcusable. Tough to see it.
Good to see Marshawn Lattimore, though, after he was the one with the bad play last year to allow the Vikings to beat the Saints. 2 picks against Nick Foles, the god of Philadelphia.
That's right.
So, where do you think Nick Foles will land this offseason?
So, we talked this a lot this year about should, the Philly keep Nick Foles and maybe give him the job over Carson Wentz.
No.
I agree with you because I think Carson Wentz, he's younger, he's more, athletic, higher ceiling, I think. But, man, Nick Foles wins.
That team plays better with Nick Foles, though.
I'm telling you, I don't know what to tell you except he wins. So
he does.
So, I think it should be a conversation in Philly. I don't think he'll come back. I think he'll be on someone else.
He will be a starter next year.
Maybe the Jags.
I think the Jags, maybe the Redskins, someone like that.
Maybe the Redskins. I think they still like Alex Smith. But, hey,
his leg is currently in another state, though.
That's true. So, if Alex Smith can't go next season, I could definitely see them bringing in.
Wow. So, in the AFC, we have what I thought was a rather surprising game, the Chargers and the Pats.
Wow. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch most of that game.
Took a nap.
No, I was actually unpacking my stuff coming home from school, or coming home from home back to school.
Wow.
But I was keeping track of the score, and that was just brutal.
Brutal.
Why can't teams go to New England and beat them? Man, I don't understand. And I hate the Patriots too, man. Like,
as much talk has gone on this year about Pats suck, they're done. Something in me just knew they're gonna win.
Yeah, people say they suck, but they're still 11-5 right now.
Something like that, yeah.
Whatever they were in the season.
And I thought the Chargers were a potential Super Bowl team. The Chargers were good this year.
Their defense was playing well. Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers, Keenan Allen.
And I got a stat for you, Elijah. Car act with the stats.
Let me hear it.
Tom Brady, 8-0 against Phillip Rivers in the playoffs. He's got 9 kids, doesn't know how to use birth control, and also doesn't know how to beat Tom Brady. Yeah. Hot take.
That's a hot take right there for sure. Hey, it's I always say football is a team game, so it's not necessarily Phillip Rivers' fault.
Oh, no. I thought he had a great year. Slings that ball sideways.
Against the Patriots, it's a good point. He's a great talent, and I think he played a pretty good game, what I understood, against the Pats.
Yes.
It's just, Pats are a good team, man. I hate to say
this is their 8th straight AFC Championship game, which is mind-blowing.
Yeah, that might be collusion.
The NFL this is some LeBron James level stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, they're just a good team, Belichick and Brady, man.
LeBron used to play in the East, though, with the walk to the finals, so hot take. Yes. But here's another stat for you.
I'm all ears.
Brady and Belichick, 2-3 on the road in the AFC Championship game, which is where they'll be next week when they go take on the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Magoat Holmes.
Yes. The way I see this game shaping up is, I really want the Chiefs to win it.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs' offense is incredibly explosive, obviously, even without Kareem Hunt on the team. they're still playing well. I forget the running back's name now, but he had a monster game.
Williams.
Yes, I forgot his first name. Williams. That's his last name.
Jamal Demarius something.
Something like that. Anyway, he was playing really well, even in the absence of Kareem Hunt.
Yes.
Obviously, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, just great players.
Kareem Hunt, get him out!
Yes, but, really, Mahomes really drives that team.
Mahomes is very good. MVP type season. Either him or Breeze.
It's either him or Breeze. Or it could be, I think it maybe should be Aaron Donald from the Rams, because
they're not going to give it to a defensive player.
They're not going to give it to him, but 20.5 sacks in this season as a defensive tackle, that's unheard of. That's crazy. So definitely a once-in-a-generation kind of players. I think he should maybe get it. He should definitely be seriously considered for it, but I don't think he'll get it. But the defense, though, on the Chiefs, questionable at best.
Very questionable. They did play very well. How they got to the championship game, they took down the Colts, who had won 9 of their last 10 games, something like that.
Yes, and against a good offense, too. Andrew Luck, the offensive line. If you give Andrew Luck that much time, people are going to get over.
Andrew Luck had a very good year. I love Andrew Luck. People are always hating on me for liking Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck had the second most touchdown passes in the league this year, in MVP consideration. Definitely comeback player of the year.
Definitely.
Won't win MVP, but should be in consideration.
I agree.
Yes,
he's a great player.
But their defense played well against them. The Chiefs did.
They did. Yeah, like I said, anybody can have a fluke game.
Yes.
I would like to be the Cowboys. Defense had a fluke game against the Rams. I still don't really trust them super well. But, anything can happen in the playoffs. So we'll have to see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. And so next weekend we will have the Pats traveling to Kansas City, where in Week 6 the Pats beat Kansas City 43-40 at home. And this has been my criticism of Kansas City this year. Really good, really flashy. They have not won the big games. All 4 of their big primetime games they have lost.
Yes.
So as much as in my heart I want to say they're going to win and beat them, something about me tells me New England might win this game.
Well, what have we been saying? Belichick and Brady, the Patriots, they're a hard team to beat in the playoffs. They're a hard team to beat regular season. So, it's not going to be a gimme game, even if they have home field advantage. Now,
the Steelers did beat them this year.
That is true. Yes, good job.
During their self-implosion.
Yes. But, going to Kansas City, that's a very loud stadium, passionate fan base. So the home field advantage will be real against the Pats. But
the Chiefs do open up as 3-point favorites in this game.
Yes.
So who are you taking?
I really want to go with the Chiefs. I really do. But I got a feeling the Pats.
You think the Pats are going to get it?
The Pats are going to get this one done.
Wow.
They're going to go Super Bowl again, unfortunately.
Tom Brady, the GOAT, against Muggos.
I really hate Tom Brady. I really do. But you got to give the man credit. He is a great player. He is probably the best of all time at quarterback.
Everything in me wants to take the Chiefs. I really want them to win. I really hope they win. Something's telling me that the Patriots are going to win. I'm going to, however, take Kansas City in a very close game.
I got you.
Do you think this was 43-40, that high scoring?
It's going to be in Kansas City. We have to see how the weather's going to turn out because, the weather does affect how offenses play and, what they do. But I don't think it'll be 43-40.
I don't think the Pats can put up 43 points right now. That team, that roster is not that good.
It really isn't.
Sony Michel had a good game last week. He had 3 TDs. If they can stop the run, Kansas City's pass defense is brutal.
Yes.
If they can stop it.
Yeah. And, like I said, it's January, and teams play different in January, February. But I think it'll be probably in the high 20s, low 30s.
Wow.
But
hot take.
That's just a prediction there. I don't know why I'm guessing that, but that's what I'm guessing. I don't think it'll be 40.
Kansas City got it done on the ground last week. I think that they had 4 rushing touchdowns. So
like I said, he's getting it done, and but even if they don't get it done, they have a lot of weapons in the passing game.
How many times will the broadcast show Kraft sitting up in the box? Over under 3.5, or Giselle?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the other game, Rams at Saints. They played also this year in Week 9. The Saints won by 10, 45-35, another high-scoring game.
It is, yeah.
Saints are 3.5-point favorites. The Saints haven't looked as hot recently. I do believe they're the best team.
Yeah.
13-3.
Good name.
I'm going to pick them to win.
Against the Rams? I would too, actually.
The Rams' defense is a little shaky.
And that's not just because I want the Rams to lose.
Yes.
I really do believe that the Saints can get it done against the Rams. It will be a good game, I'm sure. But, like I think the New Orleans home field advantage is real. I mean, going down.
I agree.
And it's a loud stadium as well, and it's a tough place to play.
Also, something I'm very skeptical about. Todd Gurley was out-carried by C.J. Anderson last game. They gave it to the C.J. Anderson on the goal line. Yep. C.J. Anderson had 2 TDs. Todd Gurley, I don't think is 100%.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't read any reports saying he isn't. But what I'm assuming.
I'm a doctor. I can tell.
Okay, sure. Anyway, what I was thinking, because I was watching the game, and they did give it to Anderson a lot. What I think was happening with that is, Anderson played well the past few weeks because he was signed late in the season and really just kind of came on out of nowhere, playing really well. And I think maybe they just thought, he's playing hot right now, and if he can run the ball like this, we can save Gurley for the bigger games.
Potentially.
Which I think it's just, preservation of your assets at this point. Like, they just don't want to abuse Gurley in a game that they already kind of had locked down.
I agree. Who are you taking in this game?
The Saints and Rams?
Yes.
I think it'll be the Saints. I really do.
Yeah, by a lot. Like, they have them at 3.5. You think it'll be close?
I can see it being close because it's going to be indoors and 2 good offenses.
Jared Ryan Gosling Goff tweeting Halle Berry mid-season.
Yeah, wow.
She might stop by mid-season. Before the game.
Focus on the game, kid. But no, I think it'll be a good game. I could see this one going to the 40s. I really could.
Wow.
Because, it's down south where it's warmer anyway, and then indoors.
I feel like the best Super Bowl we could get was a rematch of Rams-Chiefs, though. If we got Rams-Chiefs that Monday Night Football game.
I want to see because that game.
I would love to see that.
Mid-season.
That was one of the best Monday night games ever.
That was I think it was the 3rd highest scoring game in NFL history or something like that. It was a high scoring game. Really fun to watch. And, people give it a lot of crap because it was. People thought, oh, there's no defense, but you got to remember, 3 of the touchdowns in that game were defensive touchdowns. So it wasn't just offensive slaughtering defenses. It was actually a good defensive game as well, in my opinion. So that'd be a very exciting matchup. But also, I'm kind of excited because if it'd be the Saints and Patriots in the Super Bowl
in Atlanta,
they're gonna have a meltdown. Who are they gonna choose? Their NFC South rival, or the team that orchestrated the greatest comeback in history against them?
That Patriots fans turned off at halftime and acted like they watched the whole thing.
Yes, hot take.
Hot take.
Yes.
So I'm taking the Chiefs and Saints this weekend, and you are taking the Pats and the Saints.
I am.
Okay,
yes.
Wow. So should be a good weekend, though. Some good games.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch them.
Will I get to see them, or will I have work?
Probably work.
Probably.
You always have work at the worst times.
Yes.
But you got to get that bread, You got to do it.
So, before the season started, I thought that in the AFC Championship game would be my Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Now, they were looking good, leading the division.
They were.
Throughout most of the season. I'm pretty sure up until the last week or before the last week they were leading it.
The last couple weeks they kind of lost it there.
Mike Tomlin has lost that locker room and is making some of the dumbest play calls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, a fake punt against the Saints.
They lost to
brutal.
The Broncos, had the ball on the 2-yard line, threw a pick. Run the ball!
Yes.
The Raiders. The Oakland Raiders. John Gruden has traded away half that team.
Executive of the Year question?
Executive of the Year. But didn't play Ben most of the second half. Lost to the Raiders. Beat the Patriots. Great game. Then come back and lose to the Saints. Good team. I don't expect them to beat them.
I mean, think about that game, though. I don't mean to stop you here, but a fake punt.
Yes, he ran a fake punt on their own 40. The guy celebrates it like they get it.
What's the fullback's name? Is it Nix?
45? I don't know.
I think his number's 45. I forgot his name. But the celebration when he's a yard and a half.
Brutal.
That is terrible.
Brutal.
You got to know where you are on the field, man. Get a grip.
That is an epic collapse. And, I like Mike Tomlin. He's been the coach for most of my life. Good guy. I think he's a good coach. That roster is too good to miss the playoffs. He should be fired.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're not going to fire him.
Well, we talked about this before, too, as well. I think they look at his record of success in the league. He won 1 Super Bowl, and he had some success otherwise. But, it's hard to find coaches that can win. And so I think maybe their thought was, I'm just speculating here. I don't know this with any insider knowledge, nothing like that. Just that maybe you don't throw away a good thing, for something you don't know.
I think they've underperformed the last 2 years. To have Le'Veon Bell, who's no longer going to be with the team. Antonio Brown, who's no longer going to be with the team. And Ben Roethlisberger, he's gone. And to not make it to the conference championship game last year, to lose to Jacksonville twice at home, and then this year not even make the playoffs. This is a window that is closing.
But remember, was it last year you guys lost to the Patriots in the playoffs, which we just talked about?
We lost to the Jags in the playoffs last year. That Patriots game for the number 1 seed, we wouldn't even have to play Jacksonville.
Right. You're right.
The refs did not give Jesse James the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a pretty BS call.
Yes.
But, I get your point. I can see them trying to move away from Tomlin.
They're not gonna, but
honestly,
I think they should.
I think they maybe should.
I'm officially calling for his termination right here on Hot Takes.
And that's a hot take.
Yes. Part of why.
But, like I said, I think they just look at his success record and give him maybe one more shot. Because I think he's on the ropes at this point. I think he's got a thin line to walk.
Yes.
But
Elijah, would you like another reason why I think he should be fired?
Sure.
Lack of control of the locker room. Le'Veon Bell to start. Doesn't show up to practice at all. Not on the team all year. Now, that loss to me is not as big of a loss because James Conner came in and played very well.
What an outstanding season.
Yes. Our offensive line is very good. You could put anybody back there, get Le'Veon Bell type numbers. The Antonio Brown situation.
Yes, this is going to be a heated topic right here.
Antonio Brown is a degenerate. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So, before a must-win Week 17 game, gets in an argument with Big Ben. This Antonio Brown, listen, the week before had like 130 yards, 2 TDs. If you don't throw this guy the ball, though, livid, on the sidelines throwing stuff. He doesn't care if you win. Not a good Julio Jones type.
Yeah.
Not a team player. Wants the stats. Sits out all week because of this fight. Expects to play on Sunday. No!
Yeah, I agree. Like, look, these are people whose job is to play football. So, like, if we went to work and we had that kind of attitude, we would get fired. No question. So, I get it. He's he's arguably the best receiver in football.
I'm giving it to Julio now. I'm mad at him.
Well, whatever you think.
I'm selling his jersey online for $20. I'm going to put it up.
So I'm sure he thought, this team needs me, so I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
Maybe this will be a reality check to him. But, just as a man, as a person, you can't have the attitude going into your job. You're there to work. You're there to make money, to provide. So, like I said, he's blessed to play football.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dream people have from, childhood. Like, I would love to do that.
I can't
because I'm not Antonio Brown.
Yes.
So, I think he kind of got a little bit arrogant. And, I'm not sure. Because I don't know too much about AB as a person, but I'm sure he has a big personality. And that's hard to contain sometimes. So I'm not sure how much time we could have really done because, if a big personality wants to do that, he's going to do it. So.
Well, it sounds like he's not going to have to deal with it much longer. It sounds like he's out the door.
Yeah. Also, I want to make one more comment though. AB, you costing my fantasy season to this man right here. If you had played, I probably could have got 10 more points and won. So thank you very much. Not hot take.
So, Antonio Brown has taken the Steelers out of his bio on Twitter.
Yep.
He is no longer claiming the Pittsburgh Steelers. He appeared on The Masked Singer, this show on Fox where you go sing and then they unmask whoever loses that week. Antonio Brown is on there instead of – I know it's pre-recorded, whatever. That's just a sting. It stung.
I think there's no question there's animosity between the Steelers organization and Antonio Brown. I think at this point he's out the door.
Yeah, the owner even said he can't see him being on there.
I really do.
I want a first-round pick for him at least.
If
you got a first round for Amari Cooper,
he's worth it, no question. But and they even said they were going to ask a lot for a trade. But maybe if they want out that bad,
I want Aaron Donald.
There's no way. I think Aaron Donald is arguably the best player in the league. No cap. He's actually arguably the best player in the league. So that's not going to happen. But I think he has a bad attitude about the situation.
Like I was saying with Julio. Julio is a team player. We'll go get stats. Antonio Brown, you've seen multiple times. We'll throw everything on silent, scream at everybody if he's not getting the ball.
Yeah, and that's got to play our respect. Someone who goes out there and silently does their work well. People come to mind like Julio Jones and Amari Cooper, people like that who they go out there to perform.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Adam Thielen. Right. Great guy.
Yes.
And they don't make a fuss. They don't it's not about me. It's the team. It's the team. So I think that's probably the most important thing that AB could learn. But will he?
Probably not. Degenerate.
So here's the question, though. So our teams would look at that and say, we don't want him because of his attitude problem.
Well, it sounds like these are the teams. I've found the teams that are most likely to land him. And he is not getting himself anywhere near a Super Bowl is what he's doing. He's taking himself off a Super Bowl roster. The top teams to land him, the 49ers, the Jets, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Is this what you want, Antonio Brown?
I mean, look, these are all teams at the bottom of the league. They're going to have top draft picks.
Who's going to throw to him on the Raiders? Derek Carr?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. We'll get to that later. Highly speculated. I threw in there for your Cowboys. Your Cowboys have a plus 1,100 chance to land him.
I believe there is absolutely no chance it happens because of what I just said. He has a bad attitude. And, Jason Garrett, head coach of the Cowboys, he always says he wants the right kind of guy, quote,
yes.
unquote. So,
Post Malone, fan of the Cowboys, would not have him.
I love me some Posty.
Is LeBron James a Cowboys fan still?
He is, I think, as far as I know.
He went to the Saints locker room, not the Saints, the Rams locker room.
So what is that, LeBron James? I'm just
also,
curious.
why are you attending a game of people that you claimed are run by slave owners?
Yeah, and they're oppressed. I don't understand that. But, it's a different conversation for a different day. But, I don't think he'll come to the Cowboys just because I don't think
he will. I just threw that on there for you.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, honestly, I would like it from the player standpoint because he's a good player, but I don't think it will happen. So
yeah. So you want to hear a fun story?
Oh,
circulating its way around Twitter recently. Last night, national champion Clemson Tigers, as we spoke about.
Let's talk about the game real quick. I don't know if you watched it at all, but I did.
I watched a little bit, yes.
Okay, so I watched it the first quarter. Started out great. All right. By halftime, it was 14 to 17, something like that. And I was like, this could be a good game. And Bama, roll tide, question mark?
Got rolled.
Yeah, that was brutal, man. But shout out to Clemson Tigers, to my guy, Niles Pinckney from
Dabo Sweeney. Good Christian guy,
Yeah, good guy. Trevor Lawrence.
Shout out Alabama fans calling for Nick Saban to be fired.
Okay, if you want Nick Saban fired because he lost one game, you are an idiot. Okay, that's a hot take right there because he is the most legendary coach now of all time in college football. So I don't want to hear it. He's a great coach. He had one
in the playoffs every single year. I think they might have been the title game every year. Maybe I think they might have lost. Maybe once they weren't.
He's been there. They've been in the running at least
because they lost to Clemson and they lost to
the past 5-6 years.
Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been there. Okay, and just because they don't win it every time doesn't mean he's a bad coach. Okay, he may have made some bad calls like a fake field goal. I don't know what that was, but
they were down. He was just trying to make some.
But like I said, it was a good game until the second half, and then Clemson just rolled on them, and that was I cut it off at third quarter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
It became not fun to watch anymore.
Well, since they rolled like that, they got the distinct honor of going to the White House, which I think teams are making a great mistake by refusing to lately, Golden State Warriors.
Okay. I mean, look, my opinion about this is pretty simple. If you don't like the president, that's cool, man. That's your prerogative.
It's an honor to be invited to the White House.
But yeah, you should recognize, respect the office. He invited you there to come see, him and be congratulated personally by him at the White House. So to me, if I was on the team, I'm going.
Yes,
regardless of who's president, okay, I'm going.
That is what Clemson did. They went, and our president Donald J. Trump treated them to a meal of fast food from McDonald's and Wendy's, a banquet-sized table.
I mean, how great is that, right? He prepared a feast, he bought a feast.
With his own money.
For a victorious army, you might say, boy.
He made sure to let them know. He paid for it.
Yeah, he paid for it.
Because the government is shut down.
Yeah, so I mean, look, that is hilarious. I'm not going to lie to you. The pictures that have been on Twitter recently of this moment are hysterical.
Trump with this huge table of food. Abe Lincoln photo behind him.
Look at the room they're in. This is a historic room, okay? And they have fancy chandeliers and candles and paintings and ornate wall decorations and whatnot.
Trump loves McDonald's.
And he's got these silver trays, whatever they are, and piled on them are Big Macs.
Big Macs, filet of fishes.
Wow, that's an OG move. That's hilarious.
Thousands of dollars in fast food.
That's crazy. I mean, that's hilarious. That's fun.
What a time to be alive.
And apparently they ate it all.
Yes. When the whole fact that this is happening is just hilarious. That's awesome.
I mean, look, I don't know, like, what else he could have done. I mean, I'm not sure what they usually serve with these kind of things, but
some people are mad at him.
That is unheard of.
Some people are mad at him for serving fast food.
You know, the coaches at Clemson wouldn't want them eating that, but like, look, season's over now. Like, they have a little break. They just won the Natty. Okay?
I would partake in this meal.
Give them a break, man. If they want to splurge and have a little cheat day, that's cool. At the president's, behest and paid for by him.
Very kind of him. Very kind of him.
Yeah,
Great guy.
And also props to the Clemson Tigers and the players for not making a big fuss about it or fussing having to go see Trump that I've seen anyway. Like, I think that's really cool of them just to be respectful. And even if they don't like him, they went, they were respectful, they had fun, got some Big Macs and whatnot.
Got some Big Macs.
And hey, that's great. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe if they win next year and the Dems end the shutdown and give Trump the wall, then they'll have a nicer meal.
Hey, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
It's another year. We'll see how it goes by then.
All right. So a little non-sports segment here. We like to do. Elijah Stacks has not seen Avengers: Infinity War yet. One of the biggest hits of last year.
Let me explain the situation. Okay, so I haven't watched the Marvel series dedicated. Like, I haven't. And I watched Iron Man, Thor, just whenever they came out with my friends and whatnot. But then one day Carson approached me and was like, "Yo, have you seen Infinity War yet?" And I was like, "I haven't."
Thanos truck.
He's like, "You should." And I'm like, "I know I should, but I feel like I should watch all the other movies in order to really understand and really appreciate."
Which is
Infinity
true.
War.
It makes it better.
And he said you didn't have to, but I was like, no, I really want to, just because I feel like you understand it more, you appreciate it more, you'll enjoy it more.
It is the correct way to do it.
So I had been watching them in order about since December time. I've gotten up to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. So I've watched Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, Thor 1 and 2, Hulk, Avengers, Captain America.
Favorite one so far?
I really like Hulk. I really do. And let me tell you why.
Hero or movie?
Oh, movie. Favorite movie. That's tough. I mean, obviously, I like the Avengers. I like when they all collab together. That's really cool. But I think my favorite movie is probably Iron Man 1.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. It's the first one. I had to watch it. It's really good. But I'm sorry, I had to watch Captain America first, but the second one was Iron Man. Really good. I think maybe the close second is Thor, the first one. I like Thor. But Guardians of the Galaxy was good too last night. I really enjoyed that one. Really good, different vibe.
Different vibe, yes.
Because it's the space element of the Marvel's universe.
Yes.
And really kind of understanding how that's all happening in the background. A lot of Thanos action in that one.
Thanos truck.
You finally understand a little bit more about him and the Infinity Stones. Well, that's kind of cool. But favorite hero though, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it's Hulk.
Hulk smash.
I love it whenever Hulk is just there and he's tearing crap up. And he is just in a rage. But, he's, destroying things that are, huge. Getting shot by planes and whatnot. And he's, just bouncing off him. It's awesome.
However, couldn't hook up with his lady friend.
Yeah, that's sad.
Because he turned into the Hulk.
That is sad.
Mid-coitus.
But, it'd be that way for him.
Wow.
It's sad.
It's rough.
But, I think a close second is probably Thor or Iron Man. Those are my top three for sure. I love Iron Man. He's cool. But I love Thor and the hammer, and that's just drop the hammer. That's cool. Least favorite, though, is definitely Captain America. Man, listen.
Non-patriotic.
I love America, okay? I love it to death. And face it, the only thing that makes Captain America cool is the fact that he's Captain America, the America part. If it wasn't for that, no one would like him because all he does...
He does the right thing all the time.
Okay, that's great. That's awesome. But, in terms of, just watching him, in combat, it's just kind of all right, can we get to the Hulk, please? Because, really, all he does is he just blocks kick with his shield and then, kicks someone else. Do something cool, man. Now, the one cool part, though, when I was oh, that's kind of cool, is, whenever Thor dropped the hammer on the shield and that huge, beam went shooting everywhere.
Wow.
That was pretty dope. Other than that, I'm a Captain America guy.
So, my favorite hero.
Sure.
Spider-Man.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Haven't gotten there in the trilogy yet.
On that.
But a new trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home came out today. I sent it to you. Did you watch it?
I watched part of it.
Part of it?
At the time, I was at work, and I was applying for an internship this summer. So I was kind of distracted.
With Ocasio-Cortez?
No thanks. But, I watched
Who cares?
Part of it. It has Zendaya in it, which I'm a huge fan of, because she's hot. Hot take.
Hot take on hot takes.
That's right.
So you didn't get to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio at the end of it then?
I did not, no. I'll watch it tonight. Make sure I'm posted up. But like I said, right now, like I'm focused on getting through the movies right now.
Yes. That's
my main goal.
I love how the new Spider-Man, one is in high school as opposed to the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah.
And they're doing new villains that aren't the most popular, haven't been touched on. I think Mysterio is a great choice with the fishbowl, fishbowl.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Sure. Yeah.
I think they got a little bit stuck, like these crazy monsters they're fighting. He's doing that. It's a trick so that he can look good. He's the villain.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled, Elijah. Don't be fooled by the trailer.
I'm kind of lost right now.
Watch the rest.
I'll have to watch them first, but I'll take your word for it.
Great music in the Spider-Man. But great.
Yes.
Cool new suit. Should be a good one. Comes out after Endgame.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up before Endgame comes out.
We're gonna go see Endgame together.
It should be easy.
We will have a Endgame review when it comes out.
Yes.
So
hot take on that.
Hot take. Yes. Will Thanos' truck run out of gas?
I hope not. Thanos' truck. Thanos' personal vehicle.
That's how.
Yeah, Thanos' truck though.
Thanos' truck. Look him up. He's real.
Sure.
So you want to get back to the NFL here? Had some coaching vacancies at the end of the season.
Yes, we did. I think like 8 of them maybe.
Yes, I believe 6 or 8. A lot of people complaining about the firings, claiming that they are black coaches being fired. You know, I don't look at it like that. I look at winning. Are you winning or not? So first I want to look at the Browns, okay? Sure. Hugh Jackson, really good coach, don't you think?
Absolutely not.
Hugh Jackson went 336-1 in 2.5 years as the Browns head coach.
I mean, like, you can't argue with that. Like, that's okay. I'm a big believer in giving coaches more than 1 year, more than 2 years, because I think it takes more than 1 year or 2 years to get your team developed how you want it to really put your system in place.
Like what John Gruden's doing.
Yeah, like,
he is acquiring first-round picks.
He has a 10-year contract, $100 million. Like, he's got time.
He has 3 first-round picks this year. He has the number 4, 24, and 27, I believe.
You've got to give coaches time to develop their team. But, you know, Hugh Jackson had 3 years.
Yeah, he didn't get any more time. He got booted. He was out mid-season.
At some point, you got to be like, okay, like, we've given you your chance to get things going, and you haven't done it. And, like, Browns have talent. Too.
Yes.
Like, they have some pretty good players on that team, and they should be better than they are. Well, they're good now.
They're pretty good now.
You know, 3 years of being, you know, at the bottom of the league.
Partially due to they brought in Greg Williams, their defensive coordinator, promoted him to head coach.
Yep.
He won 5 of his 8 games. He won 5 games in 8 games. Mm-hmm. Hugh Jackson won 3 in 3 years. So, to me, I think he should have gotten the chance to continue with that job.
I agree.
The Browns, however, chose to hire offensive coordinator Freddie Kitchens as their head coach.
Yeah.
Due to the Baker Mayfield factor, I believe. Baker Mayfield had a 78.9 QBR under Todd Haley, who started the season as offensive coordinator.
Yep.
After Kitchens took over in 8 games, he had a 106.2 QBR. So they're clearly saying, we're riding with Baker. We're going to give Baker optimal chances to win.
First off, let's comment on how great Baker's season was, man. Like,
yes.
First pick overall. But let's talk about how he didn't start till week 4. And he actually he has the NFL record now for rookie touchdowns in the rookie season.
Stared down Hugh Jackson, who went to the Bengals.
Yeah, really baller move.
By the way, the Bengals fired their coach, Marvin Lewis.
Which also needed to be fired.
Yes, hadn't won a playoff game in, I don't think, ever.
I think he won one in 16 years. So it's a long time he was there, and he had no success.
Marvin Lewis has given his recommendation that they hire Hugh Jackson as their head coach. If the Bengals hire Hugh Jackson as their head coach, that would be the dumbest sports decision ever.
Yeah. Okay, think about it. Okay, first off, you're taking Marvin Lewis's advice. Dumb. And then Hugh Jackson. Even I know that. Okay,
Hugh Jackson should not have a job.
I don't know much about how you hire a coach. I don't know what I would look for if I was a GM or an owner. But I do know I don't want Hugh Jackson.
I can tell you that.
And that's a hot take right there.
Baker Mayfield hates that man for going to the Bengals. Could you imagine Baker Mayfield getting to beat up on Hugh Jackson twice a year for the next 3 years?
I mean, look, I'm excited to watch Baker. I think everyone down low is kind of secretly a Baker fan and now kind of a Browns fan because, Brown's been bad for so long. People are kind of just feel bad for him. And now they're kind of fun to watch with Baker there because he's just a great player. He really brings a college vibe to the NFL.
Yeah.
Kind of what Johnny Manziel could have done if he hadn't, gone off the edge there a little bit. But I love watching Baker. Great player.
Great player. So,
and I really hope this hire works out, or this promotion.
I think it will.
But what I think they've probably done is left the other guy as the head coach because don't broke what's not fixed, or don't fix what's not broken.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If it was working out and they were winning games and really think about it, if they had a whole season to work out like that kind of dynamic, they could have been a playoff team. I believe that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you're still keeping Baker's guy on the team.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move.
So
I don't hate the move. I don't love it. It's just, to me, see how it goes.
Yeah. So Bengals, listen to us. We got expert advice for you here. Do not hire Hugh Jackson.
Yeah, I would
do not do it.
Don't do that.
Speaking of Greg Williams, who won the 5 games, he has now been hired as the defensive coordinator of the Jets, who hired Adam Gase as their head coach.
Okay, I'm not going to pretend I know a bunch about Adam Gase. I don't really know. First off, crazy interview.
He was twitching all over system reboot.
But, but to me, I feel like the Jets should have known about him because they're in the same division.
He went 23-25 in 3 years with the Dolphins. So middle of the line coach. He'll get you to 500.
Very average coach.
But in a division with the Patriots, 500 isn't good enough.
Okay, well that's true. But the Pats are a good team. They've been in the conference championship for 15 years now. I
think in a few 1 year when Brady was hurt. I think
whatever. It's they have continued success in that division. But I don't know. I don't really understand why the Jets went for him. I don't have any sources I can back up. I don't think it's a great.
Some people think he's good. He didn't have the best roster with the Dolphins.
To win a game in the NFL is hard work. So if you win 23 of them, that's great. Okay, but I don't know what the market was for coaches who were available. As long as it wasn't Hugh Jackson. But
hashtag boycott Hugh.
I think was trying to get to the Jets.
Yeah, he wanted the Jets job.
He exclusively said, "I want to go to the Jets."
Yeah.
And if it was me, which again, I don't know how to hire a coach. I don't know what I'd want in a coach, but I would assume probably go with the guy who has more NFL success.
The Jets have a good roster, though. Sam Darnold is going to be a good quarterback. Sam Darnold, I think
they have a good defense, and they have talent on the team.
Jamal Adams is very good.
I don't agree with the hire because I probably would have gone with Mike McCarthy if it was me, because he's had success in Green Bay,
and they could be a destination for Le'Veon Bell this offseason. So if they have upcoming Sam Darnold with Le'Veon Bell, could be a good team.
Yeah,
to me, I think Sam Darnold has the tools to be better than Baker Mayfield. Baker is better now, but I think in the long run, Sam Darnold might be better.
That's true. I could see ceilings higher, but man, Baker is electrifying to watch. And also, let's talk about how that division is going to be so fun to watch now with Lamar Jackson in there too, which you're not big on.
I don't think he can throw
as a quarterback. Okay, but I think he has talent. He's athletic. He's a runner. So, is it long-term success there in Baltimore? Maybe not. But for now, it's fun to watch with those two going together.
I agree.
Going at it. That's going to be
fun. I do think the Steelers will end up being fine, though. They're losing two of the best players in the league. But Steelers, that offensive line is so good. Le'Veon doesn't matter. We got Juju.
They have Big Ben, who's a great quarterback.
Yes. Led the league in passing yards.
Hall of Fame, according to you.
He is. He definitely.
I think he'd be Hall of Fame. You have Juju Smith-Schuster, who is a... Okay, now, the thing about him is, with this, is that he's never played long-term anyway without AB there.
I agree.
So he's unproven in that regard. So will he be a dominant?
They apparently think James Washington's pretty good to step into the second. Eli Rogers, solid.
Everybody has players on the team they think are good, but are they going to be AB?
Former Cowboy Ryan Switzer.
Wow, UNC Tar Heel, by the way. Wow, I haven't looked at you. I think I'm pretty sure.
Wakanda.
It is not.
Oh, you haven't got there yet.
I have not. I'm not there in the season yet, or series. But I still think the Steelers will be good. They have a good O-line, like you said. James Conner is playing well. Defense could use some fine-tuning.
Yes.
I'll put it that way.
I would like Ryan Shazier back. Well, I don't think I'll ever get him back.
Yeah, that's really... Okay, talk about a sad, story. Is Shazier is playing so well. And people thought, even a couple years into his career, he'd be Hall of Fame.
He was one of the best.
Oh, he was absolutely one of the best linebackers in the league. And just to go... terrible injury. Wishing the best of luck getting better. But will he play football again? He wants to, but
I don't think so.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know about spinal injuries, but I imagine they're hard to come back from.
Yes.
In any regard. Even if he could, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not sure if I would want to play because there's more to life than football. You want to grow old. I think you want to be there for your family, So I don't really know I'd even come back if I recover.
I agree. I think it'll be one of those things like he comes back out for one play, gets a standing ovation. I don't think.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and like, look, I wish him the best of luck.
Yes.
Whatever he does, and it's a terrible story that happened. But
so back to the coaches. Gase obviously left the Dolphins, so the Dolphins are the other team without a head coach. They're looking at I believe the Pats defensive coordinator, whatever. Mm-hmm. The Packers have hired Titans offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur, however you say it. This to me is a very. We're trying to be Sean McVay. We're trying to get a young guy. Yeah. He's only 4 years older than Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, we'll see how that dynamic works out. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not super in-depth with how these coaches coach. But Titans were okay. They haven't had, like, great success, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, like, what his record is in terms of coaching. But I
don't think he's been a head coach. That's a risky move.
He hasn't been a head coach. Know that. He was the OC at Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So
the Packers roster isn't very good.
Whenever I thought of Tennessee, I never thought, dominant offense. I just never thought about that.
Derrick Henry running through them.
Side note about that. I'm really mad how this season I drafted him in fantasy, and for like 8 weeks did nothing. I cut him, signed someone else. I don't remember, maybe Marlon Mack. I don't know. And the week I drop him, someone else in our league signs him, picks him up, and he, like, takes off. I'm mad. But anyway, back to the coaching hire. I just
they have too much money invested in Rodgers.
Things like I don't really know like LaFleur that well, so like, I don't have a super big opinion on this. I guess we'll see how it goes. That's kind of my general position towards it.
They need to get some help for Rodgers because they don't have much around him.
I agree. I mean, Devontae Adams is okay. People think he'd be like top 5. I think that's a little bit rich. Maybe top 10.
That's a hot take that we don't agree with.
I don't think he's top 5 receiver. I really don't. But also, I don't think Robert Woods is either. At Troy Aikman. What a dumb take that was. You know, Troy, I love you, Cowboys Nation, all day, every day. But
Robert was the best wide receiver in the league.
You need to have the mic taken from your.
You're calling for Troy Aikman's resignation.
I like Troy. I think he's a pretty good announcer, but he also had 2 dumb takes in the Cowboys game on Sunday or Saturday. He said the Cowboys should go for it on 4th and 1 with Ezekiel Elliott.
Double spoons in the playoffs.
You know how big that dude is? He's like a freight train. Okay, he's gonna run you over.
He also looks like the minion from Despicable Me too.
He got the first down and like 6 extra yards in that play, and he called it a dumb call. I was like, outrageous. But yes. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, the Packers team were more talent, I think. Maybe you're running back. Maybe you're a tight end who could actually kind of play still. Sorry, Jimmy Graham.
Yes.
I think Jimmy Graham's pretty good, but he's not the same as he was in the Saints.
Packers are not making the playoffs next year. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Another very Sean...
That Bears team, that defense. Ooh, brutal.
Another very Sean McVay type hire to me is... the Cardinals hiring USC offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury.
Okay, now this is a hire I really don't understand because not only has Kingsbury had like no NFL success because he hasn't coached there, he didn't have like much college success either. I don't think, to my understanding anyway. So I don't really know. I don't understand where he came from.
And to my understanding, Sean McVay is the only head coach under the age of 50 that is succeeding in the NFL. Most head coaches that are good are 50 or older. So all these teams saying, the Rams are good, Sean McVay is good, I'm going to go hire this 35-year-old to be my coach. I don't think that is the best decision.
I mean, look, McVay's been doing outstanding work in L.A. But like you said, just because one person did it doesn't mean everyone's going to do it. So, I mean, like you said, I don't know much about these coaches. I don't particularly care.
I don't care. Jason Garrett. We don't need anyone else.
I don't spend my time researching coaches.
I did today. So
that's good. I didn't.
For the show.
I probably should next time. Maybe I just didn't. I didn't have time today. But, again, this is a hire that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me just because I don't like – he's not a name I recognize. Because I don't watch college football that much, so I don't really know much about him. I know he was a coach at Tech, right? Texas Tech?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think so. Anyway, I never knew Texas Tech to be like a dominant team.
The Cardinals have the number 1 overall pick this year. There are rumors he likes Kyler Murray. Okay, there's no way they give him that power to take him number 1.
First off, he's a new coach.
No way they give him that power.
In general, generally. So I don't think they're going to say, oh, yeah, because they drafted Rosen last year. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, yeah, get your
I don't think they will either.
Guy.
Nick Bosa's coming out of Ohio State. They're not going to pass up on him.
And question, also, would you rather have Rosen or Murray?
Rosen's a bit more of an NFL quarterback. He had a bad rookie year, but
that's kind of my point. And people think Murray should even play in the NFL because his size and all that. Like I know he probably loves football, but also he played baseball pretty well. So
wow, baseball, great.
I mean, you can make money in that league too.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not go there?
And then you can also keep your brain at the age of 43. If you
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So just to wrap it up real quick because we're out of time, the Broncos also hired Bears defensive coordinator Vic Fangio.
I like that hire.
You like that hire?
Okay, that Bears defense, I know they had Khalil Mack, of course, which, he's very erudite, like to me, like a once-in-a-generation kind of player. But, he's done really well with that defense. So I think it's a good hire.
I agree. And then the Buccaneers hired former Cardinals coach Bruce Arians, who I was confused he got a coach because I thought he stepped down due to health issues and would never coach again. But he's back now, I guess.
I don't remember the exact reason he retired. But, he was an okay coach.
Yeah, no, he had one really good season.
He was in Indianapolis for a while.
The Cards were very good with him.
Yeah, the Cards were pretty decent with him. So,
up until his last year, I heard he got a little, he doesn't want to work 70-hour work weeks and all that.
Which I can understand.
He's also a Virginia Tech alum, which may explain the laziness. But
go Flames.
Hot take, go Flames.
But, yeah, this is a hire I actually know, so I can actually kind of...
they say he's likely to stick with Jameis Winston. I don't like Jameis Winston. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's a good person either. I wouldn't give him all that money.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a good backup maybe like someone like Cam Newton because they're very similar in how they play, I think. Obviously Cam's better than Jameis, but I'm not huge on Cam either.
Yeah, so...
We'll talk about, I'm sure, another show.
Next week.
But, Fitzmagic, do you want to go with him? Do you want to draft someone?
He's not the future. That's
kind of the question. Do you want to give away what you have now for something you don't know?
Yes.
I guess maybe.
I just don't like him. He's not a good guy.
I don't like him as a player. Super, I think he's okay. That's about it. He's okay.
Probably the best hire this offseason, though. The Liberty Flames hiring Hugh Freeze.
Yes, let's talk about that for a second. Wow. Look, he has some dark spots in his past, but he came to convocation here at Liberty. He talked to us, and he has said that he's been changed, reformed. God help him get there. So props to him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I agree.
On that one. And obviously he's a big name in college.
SEC caliber coach.
SEC caliber coach coming to Liberty, which is huge.
Coach Dak Prescott, your guy.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
So recruits, if you're listening, come to LU.
Look, I think it's going to be exciting to see what happens this year because, Turner McGill did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
there were
debut.
times when I watched the games, I was kind of like, you're doing that again?
Oh, I was very against Turner Gill.
So, I'm not sure maybe Gill was cut out for this kind of success. He was a good coach. He had a pretty good record from what I understand. But, I like the hire. I do. I think he can really bring some energy and some big-time coaching to this program. So
some wins.
Let's see Buckshot get to the bowl games.
Yeah, we're going to play Virginia
maybe
Tech.
Become a draft pick. I could see Buckshot being drafted. I really could. Maybe a late round.
Do you know? We play Tech next year, don't we?
I'm pretty sure we do, yeah.
Upset. Calling it. It's happening.
Look, we have a pretty good team here as it is. And so with a good coach and he was saying recruits come here because, Hugh Freeze he's a pretty big name in college football. So if he can get some big-time recruits here, that'd be awesome.
Got a hot take for you here.
Sure.
Hugh Freeze is the best coach in the state of Virginia right now.
I don't really know all the coaches in Virginia, but I'm going to assume that's correct because they're not coaching in the SEC.
The UVA coach, not that good. Virginia Tech coach, he's good. Hugh Freeze is an SEC coach.
That's what I'm saying.
We own the best coach in the state of Virginia.
He was at one time a coach in the most dominant conference.
And he is welcome on the show at any time.
Oh yeah, Hugh, if you want to come on the show, we'll talk. We'll talk about, man.
All right. So that's all the topics we have for today.
Yeah, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this show.
Good episode 1.
Really, all this is, us talking about sports mostly. But this is just two guys hanging out. We're letting you come in here and kind of peek into our conversations we have on a pretty daily basis.
So yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoy.
We'll have another episode for you guys next week. We're gonna try to post once a week.
For sure.
Elijah, where can they follow you on Twitter?
You can follow me at Elijah_Stacks.
And you can follow me at Carac323. Also, if you have questions for the show, email hottakestheshow@gmail.com if you have any questions you want to get on the show. If it's good, We'll answer it here on the show. Next week we have we'll know who's in the Super Bowl, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah,
and we will have on Panthers correspondent Simon Haynes, our good friend.
We'll talk about
yes,
so you can get him on here. He will be defending Cam Newton. I will be.
So thanks for tuning in this week, guys.
Also, tonight I'm going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Wow.
So,
we'll have the review for that next week, too.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, great show today. Excited to see where this might go.
Yes, so thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.